So, listen, Froch, and welcome in Carl Froch, obviously the former super middleweight champion. Carl, a lot of people talking about Billy Joe's resume, and he only has about 2 credible opponents. A lot of people mention Andy Lee and obviously David Lemieux, but you got guys like Eubank, and I mentioned earlier in the back, Willie Monroe Jr. is a very slick fighter, just almost as slick as him. He has some great wins, so his resume is a little bit better than people are giving him credit for.
Yeah, the Chris Eubank Jr. win, that got better with age, but that was early on in his career. Still a great win, but the Lemieux win, it was impressive in that one. It was making him miss, doing a bit of showboating. It was in control, it was comfortable, but if you're going to compare resumes with Canelo, then it's chalk and cheese, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, which Billy Joe you think is better, the Billy Joe at 160 or the Billy Joe at 168?
That's a good question because, you know, 168 is a fully fledged, strong super middleweight, and I don't look at Billy Joe as a full super middleweight, although he is grown into the division, so it's a tough one, but I still need to see him grow at 168, but he's straight in the lines down here with Canelo. So
I mean, he's really like a heavyweight sometimes, you know, in between fights. No, but is it his height or is it his size? What is it why you don't see him as a super middleweight?
It's not always the height, because like, I stood next to Canelo yesterday and he's what, 5'8", and Callum Smith, who I had hard sparring with, he's 6'2". So Canelo really just throws that rule into the bin. So does Mike Tyson. He wasn't a really tall heavyweight, but he was a monster.
But you know, it's funny that Canelo is such a small guy, right? And you don't hear that often, people saying he's small for 168. He's that good, right? That people don't realize that this guy could probably be a welterweight with his height, and still he's dominant at 168. Is that a testament to how great he is, Chris?
Absolutely. It's a testament to, one, his jab. He's got a great jab for a shorter guy. He's not a tall guy, he doesn't have a long reach, but his timing on his jab, his speed of his jab is phenomenal. His rhythm, his combination punching. I mean, he may not be big for the weight class, but he's damn good.
Hey, listen, Carl, you know, Billy Joe is a traveler, and sometimes he says that he doesn't get a lot of respect because of that, or good treatment. But he's here in America, and he's fighting the pound-for-pound king. Are they backing him?
Yeah, he's definitely getting backed. You know, people in Britain, they like to get behind their man, and obviously Canelo's got a massive fan base, and people in Britain, even the non-boxing fan, are starting to realise who Canelo is. He's starting to cross over when I'm talking to people, but Billy Joe's got the backing. He's got the love of the fans. Don't worry about that. He can sometimes say and do the wrong things, and you know, he can be a little bit stupid at times, but I think he's clearing that up now, and he's got a chance to really prove himself.
So I'll come right back to you, Carl. You've been in there in front of 80,000 people, right? Billy Joe's been in some
big
counting?
fights. 80,000.
That's a big number.
You know, this is a huge night. The lights, the people. What is Billy Joe Saunders going through right now mentally?
Listen, he's got to concentrate and relax and focus on his game plan and just make sure he doesn't get carried away with the crowd. Well, I like the crowd because when the crowd's this big, it can take you to that next level. Sometimes when you're feeling a bit down and a bit slow or cold in the changing rooms and you're nervous, I used to be quite a nervous fighter. When you do the ring walk and you hear that crowd and you feel the energy from the crowd, it really does take to that next level. It's kind of impossible to put in a flat performance with this kind of a crowd.